Hi guys, this is Bolo here. The last video I uploaded, there was no views, just as I expected. And because this is the series that I would like to practice my English, speaking about the games, the stuff that I work with, it's my hobby. So I think this is a great topic that I can spend hours talking about it. It's still hard to get on and try to make a video. I just set up my microphone, so I believe that this will sound better. At least that's what I'm expecting to hear when I finish recording it. And without further ado, I invite you to Battlefield 1 gameplay. Okay, so what you are looking on the screen right now, this is me playing Battlefield 1 about a year ago, I think. And I really love playing this game without a hat, so it looks a bit like a real life or like a movie. That's what I like it, the way I like it. Okay, so let's start with Battlefield 1 is a first-person shooter developed by DICE, so the EA games, and published by Electronic Arts, so EA. And it was released in 2016. So it have 4 years right now. There's also a Battlefield 5, but we will be not mentioning it in this video. So let's start with this. The Battlefield 1 is a controversial game because it was released, in a time that everybody wanted to see a battlefield taking place in modern times. And the guys from DICE created a game from First World War, like nobody was interested in that times, and it looked like it's very hard to do because some countries don't exist anymore, like Ottoman Empire. So, like, why should people care about it? And the way they took this is to add weapons and tanks that really get you the feel. You can see at the video there's a lot of tanks, like the prototypes. The weapons are like semi-automatic. That really gives you a feeling about this is a World War One, and the trenches and the explosions. I think that some of the explosion, are just random, so they happen and you feel like you are at a war. Also, the ground is being affected by explosions. So you can take a dynamite and make a hole in the ground and there hide it, and that's just amazing. So the settings of this game, gives you chills when you add the no HUD option that you can turn on. It really make you feel like you are in the middle of the battle. The second is the music, and music was always great in Battlefield games. There's a Battlefield team that they are keep on upgrading each time they release a new game, and Battlefield 1 just have this heavy, sad music that makes you feel like you just been sent to war and you don't coming back. That's really great uh, feeling when you hear it, when you riding a tank or riding a horse. Yeah, so there's a horses in this game. You can ride to battle. It's not easy to fight with them, but still, it makes the World War One feeling. And the first thing that I mentioned before is the no HUD gameplay, and it's hard to play that way because you don't know where the objectives are. If you know the game, you can see, you remember where is objective A and B. Also, it's worth mentioning that there's not objective alpha and beta. There's objective apples and butter, because that's the code names that they used in the World War One. They later changed it to make it, more sounds more important. But in here, you can see the narrator making, defend objective butter or attack objective A. That's really cool. So the maps are taking place in Europe, basically, and there's Turkish maps. There are something like Germany maps and English maps, but the most part is taken in forests and in Austro-Hungarian part of Europe, and you can see like palaces, you can see cities, you can see trenches, and that's very how to say it, European climate, and I'm into it. So a new thing worth mentioning is Leviathans. I suppose that's the feature called. So when a team starts losing a game in the next round, they will be able to use a Leviathan. So for example, a huge flying machine, the Zeppelin that can bombard, that can shoot down objectives with bombs, with guns, like a huge vehicle in the sky, always there, always trying to kill everybody around it. And it's not always advantage, because sometimes people just jump into Zeppelin and there are not enough people on the ground to capture points. That's the sad or part of this feature. It's not making what it's should supposed to make, but it's overwhelming knowing that there's a Zeppelin in the sky, and each time you running around, you can be shot down by somebody up over there. And without a plane or a gun, anti-aircraft gun, you can't do much. So you are feeling helpless even if you won the last round. And my favorite game mode is a Conquest, so the classic battlefield type. But here you have two objectives, 2 or 3, that you need to, how to say, defend against the enemies. And when they capture it, they're moving forward. You need to retreat. If you don't retreat, you lose tickets, so you get the feel that you need to run away from them. And the map is changing, and the map is not changing like this is a house A, this is house B, but first you fight in the trenches, then you fight in the city, then you fight in a palace. So it's changing, and you can feel the change. And also at the start, everything's perfect. The houses are all together, standing next to each other. And when you finish the battle, the city, is destroyed. There's no fences, there's no walls in houses. There's sometimes even no houses because you can destroy it completely. So this makes playing the Battlefield 1 feel like a real life war. Like you are there, you can imagine your grandfather or a relative just being there and stuck there with those explosions, with a gun, and there's a whole bunch of weather, how to say, there's a dynamic weather, and it's very it's affected gameplay a lot. So for example, you can have a mist and you don't see shit, like everything is foggy and you can only hear the enemies coming to you. That's when you need to look for them or shoot in the fog. There's also when you are playing in a no HUD system, you can't see indicators of enemies. So you need to decide if this is an enemy, if this is your ally. You don't have a mini-map, so everything's get harder, but it's more rewarding and satisfying. And with that, I want to finish this video. Thank you all for watching. Remember that this video is for me to learn English, but still I would like to know your feedback if you come across this video. And I will just try to upload it more. It's hard to start, but I think when we add a little practice and a little more time, it will get better, because my goal is to speak English at least fluent. And I don't know if I will continue uploading the videos or I will change into some kind of channel here, but right now I'm just trying to practice and one step at a time, right? So take care and see you in the next video. Bye.